Hello. Hey, it's Rebecca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be answering a question that literally no one has been asking, but I want to know what Miyazaki movies would look like if they were trap album covers. While in quarantine, I've been watching all those painting Miyazaki scene videos. I really like them, but I can't paint, so this is going to be my interpretation of it. I've never designed in this aesthetic or style before, so this could be disastrous, or it could be the start of an amazing career for me. Yeah.
Alright, so first order of business is going to be research, since I realized I've never actually listened to vaporwave music and I do not know what constitutes a vaporwave graphic. So, according to my local Wikipedia page, it's a visual art style and an internet meme that emerged in the early 2010s. It tends to be characterized by a nostalgic or surrealist engagement with the popular entertainment, technology, and advertising of previous decades. Once I finished writing my full book report on vaporwave and turned it into my teacher, I was able to finally get started designing. So I'm doing Howl's Moving Castle as the first Miyazaki movie, and I wanted to do this one because I actually liked the movie so much that I read the book when I was a kid, and then I realized that the movie was way better than the book, which is so rare. I pulled an image from one of my favorite scenes in the movie, which is when Howl and Sophie first meet, and he takes her literally flying through the air. I think the portrayal of magic in the movie is just so interesting for a kids movie, since it's just very complex and magic has these really amazing moments, but then it also causes a huge amount of pain and trouble for the main characters. I took the image and then inverted it and used a edge of ripped paper to make it look like the original image was being ripped back to show that negative version of it. I added some little doodads like the positive and negative smiley face to just emphasize what I was doing with the image. I added one of my favorite lines from the movie, which is, "A heart is a heavy burden." If you don't know what this line means, then I cannot urge you enough to go watch this movie immediately. Now I'm just messing around with it a little bit, adjusting the picture and where the rip's gonna go. And then it was just time to play with a buttload of textures to make this look like I hadn't just made it on my computer. I wanted it to look like it had just been Xeroxed about 15 different times and then run over by a vehicle. Now all that's left is to slap that parental advisory sticker on there, and there we go. And now just for kicks, let's see what it looks like on a t-shirt. Next up is Princess Mononoke, which is also one of my favorites, but so much darker than Howl's Moving Castle. I saw this when I was a kid, and I was like, what the heck did I just watch? I wanted to create this pixelated illustration of Princess Mononoke, and to do this, I found a photo of her that I liked and then pixelated it in Photoshop, and then brought it into Illustrator and built it out square by square, which took so freaking long, but it was worth it. You could also do this in Photoshop with the paint bucket tool, which I realized after I had spent 2.5 hours working on this, but it's okay. In Illustrator, it's easier to move around the pixels and recolor them if you have to, and also it'll scale because it's vector. I wanted to get a little adventurous here and create a custom typeface for Mononoke, and I had seen a lot of different typefaces like this, very geometric and very slanted and kind of blocky. So I wanted to do something like that, and I set up my guides, and then I just built a couple of the letters and then used those to create the rest of the letters. I was lucky because the word had pretty much all just O's and N's and M's, which are pretty similar. Once I was done, I brought it into Photoshop and then roughly put things where I thought that they would go, and then kind of sectioned off the page with a frame around the illustration. And And then I just went ham with the textures. You can see that I tried out this like rainbow pattern behind Mononoke, which looks absolutely heinous. So I got rid of that pretty quickly. I just opened up the layer styles menu and threw a ton of different effects on there, like emboss and texture. And then I opened up the filter gallery and things really got cooking. I was going for that really high-end 2005 word art vibe, and I gotta say, I think I nailed it. Once the type was overloaded with filters, I opened the illustration in the filter gallery and picked a different one. It just adds that little bit of pizzazz to take away the really vector-y feeling of my illustration. Now at this point you may be thinking, Rebecca, what the heck? I was promised neon colors and pastels based on the fine vaporwave art samples you provided at the beginning. Yes, I hear you, I know. I'm gonna add this lovely pastel gradient in, and then I'm going to use a gradient map with the same colors to basically tone the rest of the image. Lastly, I found a ripped sticker mock-up pack from an artist that I really like, and so I used that to add in a quote from Princess Mononoke, which is "Life is suffering," another really uplifting quote, and that was it. And you already know I had to mock that up on a t-shirt.
Well, I like how these turned out, so I really enjoyed making them, and I'll probably do this again with either Miyazaki movies or some other type of movie. We'll see. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. That's all I've got for you today, so bye!